I've been never to act like myself. The people around me and my family broke my relationship. They always made decisions for me, and I couldn't control of anything. But now I have my control, and I have myself. I am myself.
Since I was young, I always felt very different from my friends, from my family, and from my teachers, because I grew up in a Christian school and I never believed in religion. I always felt very bad because everyone was believing, and I thought that the others were more happy because they believed in Christianity and I didn't.
I think one of the most important things for freedom in this life, for me, it's health. Because being healthy is really important for your freedom and independence. In my life, for example, my knee has been broken and I couldn't walk for 3 months, and at that time I really understood that my freedom depends on my health. And in this world, we already know this. People doesn't have same life conditions and medical possibilities.
I was ashamed many times by my friends and by my relatives the way I spoke. I am right now facing this fear, and I'm really trying to behave and to act, to speak in the manner I'm used to, not others.
When I go by survey, when I do job interview, when I go to another country, when I say my nationality or religion, people judge me by my earrings, tattoos, piercings, outfits, and my accent.
Growing up, I always knew there were some topics I shouldn't talk about or times where I shouldn't speak, whether it was because of cultural expectations or maybe gender ones. Now I can say that I can engage into different topics with different individuals and not feel like I'm intruding and not welcome there.
When you grow up in a conservative society, it's quite common that you don't argue with your family and you become either medical doctor or lawyer. So having that said, I enrolled to the university to have diplomas and other stuff that they thought it would be useful. It was quite good. I started studying and building my educational background, but then I felt that something was missing. I was learning many different things about different aspects, but nothing about myself. So that was not easy at all.
Just be yourself. Don't follow others if you are not comfortable with that. Do whatever you want and try not to lose a true yourself. Follow your dream and keep up.
I participated in 2 wars as a soldier. I know what hatred is. It is eating my and neighboring nations. It is closing the window of freedom, the window which will help us to communicate properly, to coexist peacefully, to travel in each other's countries. I understand the real value of peace and freedom. I walk that way.
It's so important not to be silent. It's not silly to talk about your mental traumas or just about things that make you uncomfortable. If someone makes you feel that you are not enough to talk about yourself, just get rid of them and try to find the true support. And remember that you matter always.
That day has an even deeper meaning, which is connected with the idea of freedom. And what is freedom?
Freedom is the state when the individual decides for himself, and that state doesn't depend on other factors or individuals.
Unfortunately, the reality is different now. In the absence of a common consensus, and in the case of subjective perception of freedom, it is often violated or even transformed into anarchy.
Individuals, institutions, or governments interpret freedom based on their abilities, or more often on expediency, which grossly violates the freedom of others.
It's difficult to find solutions that would help break down the wall separating us from freedom. It's difficult, but no, it's impossible.
We become more open-minded, we easily understand everything that differs from our initial perceptions and ideas.
We step out of our comfort zone and begin to break the stereotypes that make up the wall that limits our freedom.
When each individual breaks at least one brick of that wall, the society is able to dictate a new situation with joint efforts. On November 9, 2001, the United States began celebrating World Freedom Day in connection with the fall of the Berlin Wall, the reunification of the East and West Germany, and the end of communist regime in Central and Eastern Europe.